Welcome back to day 5 of the 7 Days of Focus. Today we're going to talk about information overload, one of the challenges we face in modern life. Information overload refers to the constant stream of messages, updates, articles, videos, and other forms of information competing for our attention all at once. There used to be an assumption that we could pay attention to 5 to 9 things at a time. But over the years, neuroscientists have learned that we really can only juggle about 3 things at any given time. Anything beyond that leads to overstimulation and a loss of concentration. So it's no wonder we have problems focusing. Our minds weren't created to operate the way we've been forcing them to. It's up to us to be mindful of how much information we're processing. Too much leaves us unable to focus because it puts our brain into a state of decision fatigue. That's when trivial decisions become as difficult to make as important ones. This overload can also impact our health. It can lead to stress and insomnia, but we often don't address our experience of overload for 2 reasons. First of all, absorbing information feels good, and that little squirt of dopamine we receive is addictive. Secondly, many of us work in occupations where being online, responding to texts and emails, and being on social forums is a requirement. It's not as simple as saying no and unplugging. So whenever it is possible, we want to be mindful of keeping information overload at bay. Doing so will leave far more room in our minds to focus. We'll explore strategies to do this shortly, but for now, let's begin our practice. Find a quiet place to sit. Take a position that's comfortable, and let the eyes close gently. Align your back so it's nice and tall. Rest your hands gently on your knees or softly in your lap. Let the forehead and eyes be soft. And take a few deep breaths to settle into awareness of the body. Inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly, filling the lungs up with air and then releasing them. And now let the breath soften as you come to a state of stillness. Following this breath, and then this one, and this one. Tuning into the sensation of each breath as it enters and leaves your body. Now shift your focus from the breath to the body, scanning the head and face and allowing all the muscles here to relax. Soften the forehead and temples. And let any tension in the mouth and jaw melt away. And extend that relaxed sensation down through your neck, and into the shoulders, warming and relaxing this area. Then send the breath down the arms, feeling any tingling, itchiness, pressure, or pulsing. Just resting the arms in an effortless way and observing any sensations here. Follow that breath down through the wrists, hands, and fingers, feeling the aliveness of this area. Now focus your attention on the chest, filling the lungs up with air, and then letting go, letting go, letting go. Soften your belly, noticing any emotion or tightness, letting any tension here dissolve. And then tuning into the area of your back and redirecting the breath into any tight areas here. Feeling into the pelvis now and noticing where your body makes contact with your cushion or chair. And extending the breath down the legs, through the knees, feeling any heaviness or lightness, warmth or coolness. And directing your focus down to your feet. Observe the tops and bottoms, the balls and heels. And finally, bring your awareness into your toes. And in this state of stillness, just notice how it feels when you focus your attention on each body part, one by one. Perhaps you'll notice when your awareness is focused on the breath that it has the potential to calm and clear the mind. And in that state of clarity, we're able to be far more effective than we are when we're inundated with stimulus. So let's explore a strategy to help you refocus when you get caught in information overwhelm. First of all, in terms of prevention, you can practice some of the earlier strategies we've touched on, such as setting a timer to focus exclusively on one task, turning your internet connection and phone off, closing any unnecessary browsers, and limiting social media engagement. Those are some things you can do before you get pulled into distraction. But what about when you're actually caught? The first thing required then is awareness. Recognize you're caught, and before you have a chance to convince yourself otherwise, take 3 slow, deep breaths. In a similar way that we'd use a leash to pull a dog away from a ledge, we can use the breath to pull ourselves out of information overload. As you breathe, you may notice anxiety, irritation, or restlessness. Just observe whatever comes up with curiosity. Let the breath pull you out of distraction, still your mind, and return you to your focus. And now, as we near the end of the session, gently come back to the room. Awaken the senses. Hear sounds in the background. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Congratulations on completing day 5 of the 7 days of focus. We'll see you back here tomorrow for day 6, where we'll be exploring the benefit of doing one thing at a time.